everybody, my name is Anna Abramowitz, and this is where I talk about learning strategies that'll help you become a better instructor, trainer, and coach. Let's get started. Okay, so in today's video, I'm going to show you how to be more influential. And who doesn't want to be more influential? I mean, I do. Okay, so I'm going to share social psychology research with you, deconstruct it so that you can apply it in your own work. Now, what does it mean to have influence? I mean, as teachers, trainers, instructors, we put training out there every day. But some of the bigger goals that we have is to have a change in attitude happen, right? How do you change somebody's self-perception? How can you have that change last way after your training is over? How do you do that? So to answer our question, I'm going to look to social psychologist Timothy Wilson and a specific technique that he mentions in his book, Redirect, The Surprising New Science of Psychological Change. So this technique is called Do Good, Be Good. And it has been used to affect change in people who wanted to make better life decisions. So what happened? There was a change in their personal narratives, in the way they perceive themselves. By having people perform these behaviors that reinforce the kind of attitude change that you want, what you're actually doing is manipulating their self-perception. This will probably make them more likely to carry this attitude with them into the future. Let's look at Google. What kind of attitudes does Google want from its employees? Well, it's safe to say they want innovators, A players, not C players. So how do you reinforce an attitude that an innovator would exhibit? What could Google do? Well, they could tell their employees to be innovative. They could include the word innovation in their mission and vision statement. They could also put up those innovation posters all over the lunchrooms. But that's not what Google does. What Google actually does is it requires its employees to participate in 20% time. So what this means is that every engineer, 1 day a week, gets to spend time thinking. In other words, 20% time is what's in effect creating an innovative attitude. How can you use this? You don't want to leave this kind of stuff to a poster or a mission statement. Here's how it's done. First, identify the kinds of attitudes you'd like to see in your trainees after they leave your course. Also, identify an activity that will reinforce that attitude. Next, in your training, have people go through these actions and reflect on these activities in the way that supports their new attitude. And lastly, make sure that you and your trainees acknowledge what's in it for them. So the 3 steps are identify, reflect, and acknowledge. The coolest thing about this strategy is that if executed properly, it's actually self-reinforcing, because the people who are participating in those activities will actually want to participate in them more, and that will lead to change in attitude. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you click the link in the description, and this will transport you over to skillagents.com, where I go into more detail about the Do Good, Be Good technique. And when you're there, make sure you subscribe so that you never miss another video or article ever again.